Devoting yourself to being better, knowing better, those are good genes. It's down to the DNA, staying solid like I was a Marine. If the heat's on, I can handle the pressure. If the mic's on, I can give you a lecture. If your ear's on, I'ma give you a blessing. Strategize, opportunities, progression. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Better tell 'em. The world don't stop just cause you grieving. Better tell 'em. Funeral last week, rent due this evening. Better tell 'em. Red pill, blue pill, pick a side. Better tell 'em. Shit get real, better guard your life. Better tell 'em.
Better tell 'em. Welcome back to another great episode of Good Genes Podcast with your co-host Necia and
Hailey. Hey, y'all.
And we have a special guest with us today. You guys have heard us refer to her. We shouted her out when it was her birthday a few episodes ago. We have the Consuelo Mackey. She's a devoted wife, mother, grandmother, and a master hairstylist who has over 30 years of experience. She's an educator. She's a co-founder of a nonprofit. And she is one of them ones, especially where we from, St. Petersburg, Florida. Everybody who do hair and all that, everybody know Consuelo. So give it up for our wives counsel, Consuelo Mackey.
Thank you. Hello. And thank you to the Good Gene Podcast. Listen, y'all are my favorites. I don't even watch podcasts, but hey.
You don't watch TV.
I don't even watch TV. Absolutely. You're right, Hailey, but I'm getting into it. But yes, I am Consuelo Mackey Perry. I am married of 27 years. Me and my husband been together 30 years.
Period.
But yes, I am a mother, a devoted wife, also a grandmother. Yes.
Look
I know
good.
I don't look like it, but the girl turned 50 this year.
Ooh,
That's
you look
right.
good, Swella.
And I want to say you may be a mother to one, but you're a mom to many.
Yeah.
Because in many times in my life, you stepped in as a mom, big sister, you know what I'm saying? Auntie, in every way you could feel. And I know that there's so many others. It's not just me. There's so many other people's lives that you've done that for. So
absolutely.
You may have birthed one, but you are a mother to many.
To many. Yes, absolutely. And I love all my babies. All of y'all. Shout out to all my babies, and y'all know who y'all are.
Yes.
If you want to swallow babies, drop a baby emoji in the comments right now.
My baby emoji going in.
It's going to go crazy.
Yes. You know, one of my babies, Ja, you know, she watching. Well, Mom, when you going to be on there?
Ja dropping all the babies.
I made it, Ja.
Listen, Swella gave me one of them good motherly hugs this today when she walked in.
Yes,
you truly like embody that parental and motherly and nurturing spirit.
Yes.
I remember a year ago, me and Consuelo had a real moment.
Yes, we did.
We had a real moment because she did my mom and sister's hair.
Yes.
For their service, for their homegrown service. And actually, the day that we're filming this is actually a year to today. Like, literally, as I'm thinking about it, a year ago, I was walking into the church because the service started at 3.
Yep.
But anyway, I remember Consuelo, she was like, she FaceTimed me. She was like, you want to see him? And I was like, oh, I don't. But all I could hear is Lita make sure my hair is right. And I knew Swella had them, but I was like, you know what, let me just do the due diligence because I know neither one of us wanted to be in that predicament, but it was something that needed to be done. And she I remember she turned the phone real slow, and she let me get my little tears out. And she was just like,
"Yep,
you got this, Necia.
You got this, Necia. You got this."
So just thank you, Swella, because you really got me through it. I remember dropping off the wigs to your shop and all of that. That was a rough time for me.
Yes.
And you have just taken me under your wing ever since. So
absolutely.
I appreciate it and appreciate your continued support because I promise you, between you and Liz, I don't know who's the top Good Genes supporter, but y'all be on it and thank you for sharing the podcast and all of that. So we appreciate it.
And we just talked about, and something that you always say is collaboration over competition.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that you're willing to promote our business in your business. So if you go to TT Salon on a Tuesday, please expect Good Genes Podcast to be on that TV.
Period.
All day.
Everybody know. My clients know. And my clients, I have a plethora of different age diversity of clients. And when I tell you, even the older ones they be into it. They be like, okay. And I say, guess what? And they young. Mm-hmm. They're young, wise, and, very diligent. Like, I love what you guys are doing. And I'm very proud of both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Consuelo.
Absolutely.
But I think, so we don't forget, we're going to start this episode properly
Yes.
and do our check-in. So, Necia, how you doing today?
I'm here.
Okay. Sometimes that's all it
Yeah,
takes.
I'm here.
It takes to show up that can change the tide of your day.
Yeah, I'm here. So, but I'm blessed in the moment. So, well, I'm blessed all the time.
Thank you.
But yep, I'm here and I'm pushing through. We're gonna get through this episode.
That's right.
And yeah. And I do want to shout out because she's really heavy on my heart right now, my homegirl. As I was laying my mother and sister to rest, she was losing her daughter. So, because Quilaya, I love you because I know this day is heavy. I know by the time this episode drops, it's still going to be heavy. So, I love you. Sending you love and hugs.
Yeah.
So,
And Quilla, I feel like we friends now too.
I
Just
know.
from us talking and speaking about her on the podcast. So
Yes.
so much love from Good Genes.
Yeah. So, if I look a little down today, trust me, and that's why, because
It's
definitely it's heavy today, but I'm happy we got Consuelo on. So yes,
So Swella, how you doing?
I am great.
you look good.
Thank you,
Look
thank
great.
you, thank you. I'm doing this next season of my life in a different way. So I can tell you, because coming in this month in March, which is my birthday month, I've lost a lot of people through this month myself, and one of the most important persons to me, which is Marquise. I'm in the city where he last took his breath, and tomorrow will actually be
1 year.
1 year. And on the 12th, I woke up like 2 days after my birthday is the day he had his incident. And when I woke up on the 12th, I was feeling like, wow, I feel like so gloomy, down and feeling sad. And I was like, oh my God, and this month started off last year like, whoa,
Yeah.
but when I tell you my intention is to be okay. That's my
I like
intention
that.
every day, is to be okay. So even if I'm not okay, I have to remind myself, you can get through this.
Yeah.
You can get
Got
through
this.
this.
That's good.
I know.
That's good.
How you doing, Miss Hailey?
I'm doing good. I can't complain much. I'm still. I feel like I've been very busy. I've been having so much to do that I haven't really had time to sit down and be like, well, how do you feel, Hailey?
Right.
So, but I am grateful. I feel like I kind of braced myself and got nervous for an impact that wasn't as big as it has been. So, grateful for that. I'm definitely, feeling good, but I'm open to, if I'm not feeling all right, if it do come, to take my time. But as our family goes camping every year, I do plan to use that time to just like detach,
Unplug,
woosah,
yeah.
feel, all the things. But Swell, you mentioned something that we talk about, and that's that the body keeps score.
Yes.
So it's like, even when you don't mentally remember, your body does.
Yes.
So, but that's the good and the bad,
Yeah.
So grateful for all of those things. But we would like to know how you even got into cosmetology. What made you say, I need to go get licensed in this and start your
Ooh.
journey as a business owner?
Well, I'll start off with, I've been doing hair since like 1990. So as a kid, I was into doing hair, like playing around with it. Nothing that I thought was going to be my profession, because when I left high school, I went into the medical field. Everybody went off to college. I went to Van Dyke Institute, so that's what, I thought I was going to be in the medical field, because I had a little one, and I wanted to make sure I was able to take care of my
him.
family. So I didn't know a lot of successful people in it. I was young, so I didn't know much, but my mom did hair. So I remember doing hair with her at home, helping her with, as the masses of, who's watching, y'all remember the Jerry curl? Which is a permanent wave. It's not a Jerry curl, but I used to help my mom do that. So I was playing around with hair, and coming from a less fortunate situation coming up, I kept my hair up. My mom wasn't able to, send me to the salon and get my hair done. So I would do my hair. I would do my friends' hair. And
Yep.
I was doing hair, so that's what I was doing, but not as a professional. But when I met my husband, that is my husband today, Alan Perry, we call him Dally Boy, when he had our son at Chuck E. Cheese, which is Lorraine's Academy, is right next door in St. Pete. He was taking him there, and he came back home and said, I think you should go to school to do hair. Because I had a big clientele. I'm like, I'm not going to school to do no hair because who's successful in hair? How am I do that? You know, I need to make sure I have that check coming in.
Yep.
I need to have my retirement set up. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do no hair because I don't know how that would go, how that would be.
Right.
So, you know, he signed me up for school.
We love that.
Yeah, my husband signed me up for school. He was like, okay, I know you don't want to go, but just try it. You have a big clientele. When you leave work, you're coming home doing hair.
Right.
You know, he said, why don't you just, you know, give it a shot. And I was like, well, I don't know nobody successful in it, so where I'm going to get my, you know what I'm saying, my example from? He said, be the example you want to see.
Praise him.
We love
So
that.
that's how I started. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. So, you know, that's the hair capital, okay? So my mom brought us here in 85, but like I said, I've been doing hair since 1990, and I opened my own business in 2000. I have not worked for someone in a corporate setting or someone's job since 97.
Wow.
So I've been an entrepreneur since 1997.
What gave you the courage to do that, to say, or the intuition to say, instead of going to work in someone else's salon, you knew I needed my own space to do this?
What I did first in 97, my husband, as he signed me up for school, he also found the first salon, which was someone his family grew up with, which was Robertson Hair Salon that was next to Novell's on 18th Avenue.
Okay.
In St. Petersburg. So that's why I first went to work. And I worked 4 salons before I got in my own, which I was thinking it was a long time, but in 97 is when I first went into a salon, and I got my own salon in 2000. So it wasn't that long, but it seemed like a long time when you're in it, right?
Yes.
But I didn't want my own salon, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I really wanted to work under people who had the experience and the knowledge to help guide me, because all I know is to go get it. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't know nothing about no business. I don't come from a strategy of business, entrepreneurs, or strong business background, but I do come from a background of no matter what it is, you got to make it happen.
That's right.
So, you know, that's how it really happened. When I went into a salon and I started, it wasn't easy because I didn't have no business education. I ain't had no college degree. I just had my licensed cosmetologist
And clientele.
and clientele that was, it was solid. It was solid. So, but I went and got it. I went and got the business knowledge, the business information, took classes, I always continue education, no matter what. So in 2000, August of 2000 is when I opened my doors, and I've been at it ever since, nonstop.
Love that. You're an inspiration.
Thank you.
I promise you, because like back then, entrepreneurship, it wasn't as prevalent as it is today. So to take that leap of faith and not really have a lot to go off of, like have a lot of examples, you know, that was major. So I'm very proud of you, because you're thriving. You still doing it.
Oh, I ain't gonna stop till the casket drop.
Right.
That's right.
Right. And she got her a nice salon too, okay? It's cozy in there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not stopping till the casket drop.
That is amazing. So what else, that's like the start of your career. What are some other things that you've picked up along the way, or that you learned, or new skills and trades and titles that you got while being a cosmetologist?
So one of the things I have done is I've done multiple hair shows.
We need the hair show scene to come back.
Ooh.
We need the hair show scene back.
Me and Netta, we've been talking about some stuff.
Yeah, we've
been talking about some stuff, but I love to go to hair shows. You know, when I started, I used to go to a lot of educational shows, but then I started going to Atlanta, where, you know, that's what a lot of big hair shows, the Bronner Brothers,
right.
Used to go to the hair shows, and it didn't matter. Like, I always seen myself really around it. I didn't see myself in it, though. I never thought I would be, you know, challenging myself to do that. I just knew I wanted to be around it so I can, you know, find out how creative it is, and, you know, different things you can pick up. So I was really loving to be around it, but not involved in it. And our lovely Tanel Kramati is one of the ones who, when I started doing hair show, that's how I met Netta. And you all pretty much over 20 years ago. how I met Netta and you all. He got me involved in my first hair show. I came in second place, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what was going on. All I knew is I know how to be creative, but I didn't know you need to get models who are good in that field. You know what I'm saying? You can't get your cousin Pookie and Kiki and
they gotta know how to pose and really wear the hair.
How to wear the hair, how to
confident,
own it.
be confident,
be confident, but how to own it. You know what I'm saying? And I had models like my sister, my cousin, my friends, whoever. And Tanel fired everybody.
I went to school with him.
He fired everybody. He said, I got somebody that you need. And when I tell you between him and Netta came in, and when I tell you the next hair show we did, we have won first place every time. Every time. You know, you can look us up. You can find it. You can, as they say, Google me. But you can Google. In 2013, we made the front page of the Tampa Bay Times for the head to toe hair show. First place. Yes.
That's right.
You know, so we did a lot of hair shows, and then I went into also educating. Me educating.
But I feel like that's a passion of yours.
It is.
It seems like every passion you have, you never knew it to be true.
It just naturally unlocked itself. Yeah.
And I traveled all over. I traveled all over with two companies that I have used, and one of them I still use today, but two major companies. I traveled with them and educated. One of the companies, which is Basic Hair Care, I became there in 2016 the Stylist of the Year. Okay. And, you know, there again, I didn't want to be educating me. I can't get my and, does, and it's together. So I ain't speaking fluently enough to be standing up in front of a crowd of people speaking. You know what I'm saying? And
so you think.
Educate. So I thought.
Right.
But as anything, I guess once I get involved in something, once I'm in it, it's like opening the Pandora's box. It's like it don't matter. Boom, we gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to allow myself once I'm in it to be stuck and not pursue it and make it as best I can. What I can do, not what somebody else can do, but what Consuelo can do. So educating and traveling. I stopped educating in May of 2020 for the company.
Got it.
But I still am an educator when anytime I come in contact with anyone. And behind my chair, with the Real Youth Alliance, our youth. Oh goodness.
Nonprofit.
Nonprofit, yes. The Real Youth Alliance, our nonprofit, which my husband is the founder, I'm the co-founder. But we educate and we teach about financial literacy, economics to the youth in the community. So, you know, I try to do all I can to make a difference because I was told be the example that you want to see. And I guess I'm living that.
You are. I'm proud of you. I'm telling you, I'm proud of you. I'm sitting here just so inspired.
Same.
Because me and Hailey, we discussed this on a previous episode before. Sometimes, like I was telling her, I'm very private. And I don't really like to speak publicly and all of that. But I've been feeling God called me to a space to where it's like, no, you really got to speak. You got to share your story. Like, it's a part of my journey and it's a part of my calling.
Right.
So just like how you were saying, like, me being an educator, but look how much you excelled at being an educator and how many people you helped because you were obedient to, like, God's will for you, you know?
Yes,
and sometimes we be so uncomfortable. And that's, like, really where other people get blessed at. Their blessings are in your uncomfortable seasons.
Ooh, very uncomfortable.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, sometimes, like, even sitting here doing this is sometimes uncomfortable, some of the conversations we having, but it always helps somebody else. It's always bigger than me and Hailey. It's bigger than, you know?
Yes.
I was just having a conversation with our other cousins, and we all encourage her to do more. But she's afraid to speak. And I said, anytime you're afraid to do something, that's how you know God is in it. Yeah. Because if you feel comfortable enough to do it, whenever you excel and win at it, you're gonna take the reward for it. But when you are afraid to do it, you don't want to do it, and
God
you're
is
pushed
gonna
to do
get
it, you know that when it succeed, it was only God who did it, because you yourself were afraid to do it. God knew it, and he's going to take the glory for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you were like, oh, I'm already talented at this, it was me who did it. But for you to say, I was scared and had no idea, you know it was God.
Yeah.
And that's bubble guts all the time.
Yeah, and that's when we get that saying when we be like, "But God,"
But God.
because it really do be like, "But God," like only
It is
God got us
definitely that.
this far. And I'm with you, Hailey. I'm a strong believer of God will never give us a life that we won't need Him. So it's like, even like how you were saying, sometimes we'll take the credit because we naturally are good at whatever. Like if you good at athleticism and all of that stuff, good at doing hair, you can be like, that's me. But if you not really good at educating and informing and speaking, you be like, only God got me through that. You know,
many days God got me through
Yeah.
it. Listen, I used to tell people, they was like, I never tell a lot of people what I can't do, because I am a believer that, you know what, even if you can't do it, if you never try it, you won't know if you can do it, right? So if I can't do something and people like, well, you just turn around and look, and I've been and walked up, they don't even know I'm going in the back. I'm going like, okay, now look, God, now you didn't put me up to this. Now what we finna do? Look, not what I'm gonna do, what we finna
do. Yeah.
I'd be quick to say, okay, God, now what we gonna do about this? Because I can't do this, but I'ma believe you. You done had me thus far, so you're gonna carry me through it. But I always rely on God in any and everything I do, because I wouldn't have made it this far without Him.
Yeah, that's a fact. I want to learn more about your nonprofit, because I think that's very commendable that you guys are paying it forward and educating our youth on financial literacy and all of that. So let us know a little bit more about that.
So, and that again, my husband again.
You got a great leader. He's a good man, Savannah.
Listen, good man, Savannah.
Keep up.
It's so funny because, you know, the things that we do, I always done it. I've
Right.
always done, as Hailey said, I believe in collaborating. I'm not competing with nobody. Even when doing competition, I'm like, no, y'all call it that because that's what I guess it's called. For me, I call it inspiring. You know what I'm saying? What I can do better than what I did yesterday. But when my husband was mentioned, he was like, you be up on that phone, you be encouraging people, motivating, mentoring them, and you give advice. Like, one of the things I used to do that he had me stop doing is I used to get people money and hold it for them and save it because they weren't a good saver. And he had taught me, he's like, listen, if something happened and you got somebody money, then what? You know what I'm saying? He was like, some things you got the heart of doing, but you just got to be mindful because you just never know. So, he told me, he said one day, he was like, babe, why don't you let's start an organization, the stuff that you already do naturally, let's turn it into a business. You want to give back, you want to help, you still giving back and helping, but let's do it to where you can, make it more feasible and helpful for more people than just the people that you generally talk to. And I'm like, I'm going to do that. He ain't know, but he here now, but I wasn't doing that. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want it as a business, right? I didn't look at what I was doing as a business. I just was trying to do something that I wanted done for me, right? And I knew how hard it was for me when I started. I knew the support and the help I could have. If I would have received it, how further I would have reached, how further I would have went if I would have had that support. So I've always did that, want to support people, want to help them, want to encourage them, give them guidance and understanding. And when, I think I want to say it was in 21 or 22. We talked about it in 23. Because Hailey, I don't know if you guys know, Hailey is our secretary.
Yeah, she sits on the board.
I do sit on the board. One thing about me, I'm going to do a whole lot of everything. I may not, what they say, I don't know everything. I know a little bit about a lot.
That's
so
the
you
definition
gonna find
of you.
me doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hailey sits on the board.
She sits on the board. But when my husband, he knew I've been a part of a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'm a part of that, like Hailey. I always tell Hailey, that's my little mini-me. Because I have done a lot and I've been a part of a lot of things. I just don't like recognition for it or want to be exposed. I like to be, I want to be in the back. But my spirit's so big, it pushed me in the front, I guess. I don't know. But, I just told I don't want to be a part of a one-time hitter-quitter. You know how you had those those rappers, singers, a business, they start and then
It's
it's
one
like, boop.
event.
Yeah, I don't want to do that because I've done that enough. So, you know, I was like, well, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Like, we already doing what we doing. But he was like, no, we really need to do this because we need to look into what's the next pivot for you and things that you can do, like helping people start their business up, getting them to understanding the things you need to do to start your business, how to market it, how to scale your business, you know. And I was like, you know what, I want to do that, but I don't want to do it for the people who are already in business or who already done started. This is something we can do with the youth, because if we can plant those seeds while they're young and get them to get the right knowledge and information while they're young, that what I needed,
Right.
we can do it. So our nonprofit is to recognize, educate, acknowledge, and love our youth. So what we do is make sure that we give them a startup of different things to help them to where they don't have that excuse. I didn't have that support. I didn't have that, you know. So that's the, you know, the gist of our organization.
I love
Yes.
that.
And we have a annual conference every year. And the conference I love, we really get a group of the youth. We try to cycle through the kids in the community. I believe it's from age 11 to 17.
17, yes.
Yep. And we just educate them. Swella has made a booklet for them. So it has like basic terminology for them. Really breaks down understanding money, how it moves on a microeconomic scale. So like, you know, within your household, within your business, within the U.S., and eventually it'll grow to educate them about macroeconomics and building in stock, having a more global mindset. But it's really just planting those small seeds in children for them to understand the difference between a checking account, a savings account, how to swipe a debit card, the difference in currency. Like kids these days, they don't deal with physical money. So they don't know the difference between a dime, a penny, a nickel, a quarter. So it's like taking them back to the basics and saying, this is how you do this. Because even as adults, not every adult knows all these things. So kids are getting opportunity to learn some things that their parents don't even know.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's not even if they don't apply it today, it's not even really for the today. It's so that when they're 18 and they go to college or they go to trade school or whatever they do in their life, they remember, dang, I don't remember what the name is, but it's a certain account I need. Let me look it up real quick.
Right.
Or let me go back to my notebook and see if it's at my mom's house. It's so that it's a seed. It's not a plant that's already grown. It's really a seed to sow with that. And I love it so much because, you know, I love my Perry family and what they're doing and whatever I could do to amplify that. And Hailey love the kids. So
Love the kids.
Hailey do love the kids. That I need to. How do people sign their children up to be a
So
part?
we have a website, which is the Real Youth Alliance
Okay.
.org.
Okay.
.com, .org. And they can also follow us on Facebook. We have Instagram, but we definitely want people to reach out through us on our website.
I'm going to sign my nephew up because,
Yep.
like, over spring break, we have a financial literacy card deck for children. So he can tell you what a checking account,
assets, liabilities.
liability. You know the difference between a bank and a credit union, and like all these like that the average person really wouldn't know. But me and my husband, we was like sitting down with him, so he can like he knows what like a check is and all of that, a deposit.
And a lot of people don't like, you know, when I did over the summer, we do an 8-week program at one of the camps, and I go on Monday and teach with the kids. And when we started, we had people say, oh, you know, kids they're not going to be into that.
No,
you
they
know, a lot
into
of them, they don't understand it. But you know what was really hard is to see kids don't even know what check books or checking is. So they don't even know what checking balance is. You know,
It's
a lot
grown
of time,
people, Consuelo, that it's a
people.
grown people. If you ask them to fill out a check, like I know, like off the top of my head right now, like 4 or 5 people who I literally had to ask when they went to go do their first apartment how to complete like a money order or write out a check and how to look. They didn't know the
don't know the
difference
memo.
between the routing number and the account number at the
number.
bottom.
And I think the biggest thing in that too is also our literacy crisis.
Right. Yes.
Because on a check, you have to phonetically spell out
Wordy,
yeah,
the word, yes.
$1,345. Like you have to
you
write
can't
that
just
out.
write the number.
You can't just write the number. And a lot of them don't know that. They don't even know how in the back of the book you have the balance sheet. You know what I'm saying? When I tell somebody, I said, you know, you make sure, do you know what your balance is, your check and balance? They was like, check and balance? What is that? I'm like, okay, you have to understand what you got coming in and what's coming out. You know, you can't spend what you see currently there if you already spent that money and then you didn't balance it properly, because now that's what you're going to go into overdrive. And you're going to have bouncing going on. And a lot of them don't even understand it because they're not aware. Then you got these charm cards and you got all these different things
that advance you money.
Yes, and Cash App and stuff like that. And even with those things, you still need to be doing your checks and balance. You know, you need to know what you got coming in. You got to know what's going out.
Right. Now, I'm not the best when it comes to writing that stuff down, because I calculate it differently in my bank. I use the app and in my notes.
Right.
But my husband was telling me, because every month, you know, he has properties and stuff, he'll literally sit down at his desk and he be writing down who paid, who not, it's gonna. I'm like, babe, you don't have to do it like that. It's so many ways you easy. He be like, I've been doing it like this for years, and this
What that sound like? What that sound like?
I'll be like, I'm gonna hold your hand and we're gonna go into the 21st century.
Yes,
I'll be like,
I'm like, why are you sitting down? When he was like, no, and he got the receipt book too, the little receipt book.
I got notebooks everywhere, Necia. I hate to tell you, and I'm writing out everything. But you know what? The new century and having the knowledge of the younger people. That's why I'm gonna keep me a younger person around me.
Yeah,
people, I ain't hanging out with you like we just homegirls like that.
But we exchanging information and exchanging value.
Because I'm not going to be stuck in the dinosaur age as I get older. Yeah. No, I'm going to keep me some youth and knowledgeable around me so I can help myself to be able to help others.
Yeah,
but yes, she has helped me with my what is it called, Hailey? The Word documents and how to put stuff in and
Hailey's
how stuff
great
automatic.
at that. Yeah. Hailey is so good at that.
She's excellent at it. And guess what? In the beginning, I was
yeah.
No, that ain't no. And then I saw it like, okay, no, just take a sit back, embrace it, check. And it's been the best thing for me. I have my notes on my phone. I put my notes in there. Like if I need to write something, I ain't got to have it in a piece of paper. Now I'm looking for it. I'm trying to find it. I'm like, okay, Hailey, she know what she.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I also love about you, because we always say you're our wise counsel, but you've never been afraid to also learn from us or ask from us or consider us in things, because a lot of times you find that dynamic in the generational gap is you'll never be as old as I am. I know better than you because I'm older. And it's like, yes, your way still worked, but then I was able to bring you points of, what if you don't have this piece of paper?
Right, absolutely.
How do we make this more agile for our events? Like at this event, we don't need 7 pieces of paper for people to sign in. Here, let's make it digital. Yeah. Let's make it easy. Let's track it so it's not so much work.
Right.
You know?
And it helped this year when we had our conference. It was so well, not just organized, but less stress. You know what I'm saying? It was able to be like, because I was able to go in. Did I still have stuff printed out? Yes, just in case, right? However, I still was able to make sure I had those documents and they wasn't lost.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was able to, put them all together and it worked. So thanks, baby.
Of course. Because then when we go for funding, I was like, hey, when we go for funding, you're going to look for a paper 3 years ago that you maybe scanned in, maybe didn't. When we can go right back to this document.
Put it in a folder. Create a folder. You can do a Google Drive.
That's what we did.
That's where it's
You can make a Google Doc.
I don't mind educating. As long as you open to be educated on the software, let's sit down. Let me show you how this go. Hey, if you want to, here's some things that it allows you to do. Here's some things you can't do.
Right.
Basic ways to use it. We can collaborate on this on the same time. So as you're working on it, I'm working on it.
That's it.
But I feel like this. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was saying her being in Miami, I thought was going to be a challenge, but honey, it's been.
Oh, we about to go outside after this too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We outside after this.
But she thought, because I had just became the secretary before I moved down here.
Right.
She was like, oh my God, you're going to have to leave us. I was like, we're in the 21st century.
Yeah, everything is.
And just like you said, me and you, I'm going to find a way to do something.
We're going to figure it out.
A couple of nights. She like, oh, I'm sitting here. Hold on, Necia, I'll call you back. I got to go join this call. I'm like, what call? She's like, I sit on the board for it. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Hailey do it. But she's telling
But
the truth.
I got us a note taker. I said,
You got to record the minutes, the meeting minutes for the
Absolutely.
yearly report and all of that. I think that's a trait and a characteristic that's we don't discuss enough.
That's it.
Is being teachable. Because it really adds value to your life when you can be a sponge and you don't get intimidated by information and by someone's knowledge. Because I know, like, I admire older people who could still learn from younger people, and I admire younger people who could still keep their mouth closed long enough to learn from a wiser person. Like, I know sometimes my nephew, he's in 5th grade, and that saying, "Are you smarter than a 5th grader?" Sometimes I'm not, and I'd be like, "London, what's this?" And he'd be like, but he's so intelligent.
Right.
I learned so much from him.
That's it.
You know? So,
And in order to be a great leader, you have to be a good student, a good follower. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot think that you're smarter than someone that is not as experienced as you. Because just because they don't have the same age or the same experience, they can still give you knowledge and wisdom and information that you weren't privileged to know. And I think that's important, that we as people open our mind to know that it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, that you can always learn something from somebody else.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, this leads me to ask you a question while we talk about leadership. We've talked about your ample leadership in the community, in your business. How, as a woman, did you learn to flip that switch as you come in your front door and be a wife and a mom and be, led by your husband and the man in your life? I'm sure it looked very different 30 years ago.
Whew.
So please talk to the girls, because everybody wants to know, like, how do you make it to 30 years of marriage? And they look at you as such a boss. And so it's like, how does a boss woman behave in a marriage that she wants to last 30 years?
First, I'll start off with the industry I'm in. A lot of stuff is dumped on you. I don't know if you guys know that, because
Absolutely.
I'm around
Me and Hailey talk about that all the time.
many people.
Hairstylists are like
all the
therapists.
time, yes. And something I've done for a long time. My husband just recently realized, like, what did you be doing out there? When I go home, I do not go in my house.
You debrief. Take a moment.
I sit in my car. I sit in my car and really collect my thoughts, especially depending on how my day, went. I'll sit in my car and I'll collect my thoughts and just try to gather myself, because, men have their things they deal with too now.
Yep.
And they're not as privileged to,
they don't really tell
balance
you.
themselves in a way to do that. But, and I don't take my work, my experience, my problems to my husband as a problem that we have, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because a lot of times people go through things in their life work experience or out in the world, and what somebody else is going through or dealing with, they take it home and they apply it to their own self and their own life.
Yeah.
I can't do that, because your situation ain't my situation.
Right.
And, I believe in communicating. Me and my husband, we've been together 30 years this year. And March 2nd made 27 years we've been married.
Congrats.
It ain't been easy.
Right.
Congrats.
Now, be honest. Thank you. It ain't been easy, but one thing I will say is being able to understand one another and be open is what has got us this far. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we as people we'll close up from whatever we dealing with or what we going through. And then for myself, he ain't here, so I'm gonna speak for me. I don't just try to find a fault in him. I try to figure out what I've done to be liability
Take accountability
to whatever situation we dealing with. And I check me. I look at me a lot in any situation I'm in, but especially within my marriage. I see my faults and try to see how I can make better of it if I want him to be better.
Yeah. Well, look at Consuelo coming with a good game today.
Yes.
Love that. Love that.
Amen.
Because I'm telling you, marriage is, I be telling
It's
Hailey,
business.
it's business. I always look at marriage like a ministry.
Yes, definitely.
And it's always bigger than you and your spouse, because you're supposed to be witnessing to other couples. And I think it's so easy to fall into the fleshly fault. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of forget your partner is they flesh, they're human.
They're
going to
human.
disappoint you. They're going to let you down. They're
Right.
going to make you angry. And it's like showing that type of grace for them and having that forgiveness and all of that. Like you say, being open.
That's it.
You really got to be friends first.
Friends. And you got to like them.
You got to like them.
Because you can love everybody, but you better like them.
Thank you.
You know what?
Because
It's
when
so
you
fun-
don't like them, loving them is something you can always do.
Yeah.
But liking them is not something that's going to constantly be. You know what I'm saying? So to like somebody, to be able to still be their friend and be understanding to that person and want to see them like, I want to see my husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be like all the time like, ugh. You know, I want to be able to see him, and I want to see him for who he is today, because who he is today is not who he was yesterday.
Right.
Or who you married
Or who I
27 years ago.
married. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so I congratulate you, because we need more of the Black love. We need more examples of that. And the fact that y'all been able to keep it together for 30 plus years, right?
Yes. Well, we've
30
been together 30 years, married 27 years.
Married 27, but still together. That's a lifetime.
Right.
That's a
Yeah, he
lifetime.
didn't. I told him all the time, you took my whole life.
Yeah.
My whole life. And then another thing, too, me and my husband don't compare our marriage and our relationship to
Same.
others. You know, a lot of people today comparing their relationship to what they see other people. You don't
Yes.
know what
Yeah.
people doing and going through.
Comparison
behind
is
closed
the
doors.
thief of
Of
joy.
joy.
Let me tell
Thank
you, you
you.
do not
Yes.
know. That's why I took a pause of posting so much. I never really posted a whole lot, because you can get down my timeline in like 2-3 long scrolls and you'd be already at the end. But I kind of like kept some things to myself, because I started to notice like people will put us on a pedestal that we didn't ask to be on.
Yes.
And they'd be like, oh, y'all always out doing this and doing that and doing that. And it's like, yeah, but it's a lot of maintaining, you know, for us to be able to do all of this. Is a lot of hard work behind the scenes that we also not posting. So I was like, just to be fair, it's not even that I won't post it, but I'm trying to be more mindful. Like, I understand, just because I understand, I don't look at other couples like that. Other people who may see content from me, it's very easy to make them feel some type of way. If you see me on a picnic on the beach every other Saturday, or I'm posting all our trips, it can make you feel a type of way. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
And that's me. I don't like.
Me neither, because I
just
understand.
don't.
I know I don't know what you got to do to maintain all that.
You don't. And you know what? But people
And
fail
it may
to
not be
realize
bad, but-
it's also too, what's my reality might not be your reality. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't think about that. And what's really real about social media?
Nothing.
It's what a
Nothing,
person
really.
perceives, what they've taken in. So if you take in what you see, because you might can say, oh, I know them, they ain't all that for real. You know, you got people that's like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I see them all the time. Child, please, that's the front of this and that. I'm not giving you anything that you want to go off of. So if I post on social media or something, that's just me out in the blue, because sometimes I be on that posting stuff. Please forgive me, y'all, if I don't respond, because I don't be on there like that.
Yeah.
When I post, I'm just posting, I'm strolling, but I don't own that. Like, that's not a part of my day-to-day life, like most people. And sometimes people really look at people in the eyesight of what they don't even know.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You see us, but that doesn't mean what you see is what you get, is what it is, because no telling what your perception of what you see from us, how you perceive it. Our reality might not be your reality. You know what I'm saying? So we're not keep competing ourselves with, I don't want my husband to be no Denzel Washington. He don't want me to be Beyonce.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I am who I am, and accept me for who I am. He is who he is, and I accept him for who he is. And whatever his shortcomings is my upcomings. Whatever my shortcoming is his. So we capitalize each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Facts.
And that's where what we focus on. A lot of people don't. They want their husband or their wife to be whoever they inspired to see or believe that that's who they may be supposed to be with. And my thing of it is, that's who you see, then that's who you should go be with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a journey. I've been trying to post like more like not my downtimes, but like, you know, like my moments that I'm grieving my mom or my sister or something like that, because I don't want people thinking it's just always so perfect over here, because I really be going through real life moments, you know. And sometimes like Hailey would be like, a couple times she told me she was like, well, Necia, people don't really know what you're going through because you don't really put it out there, express it. So I was like, you know what? And I was talking to my therapist. I was like, I really want to commit to being more authentic to this like grief journey and everything like that, and just humanizing myself. Like, I don't have to be Superwoman. I don't have to be strong, and you get what I'm saying? Like, I could cry, I could be sad, and I could still post that on Instagram too, and like get on about my day.
Like, even we were on the phone a couple days ago, and Necia, we were just talking, and she just kind of briefly mentioned like how she's feeling. I'm just reminiscing about my sister, and I said, Necia, it's okay if you want to talk about it.
Right.
You know, and sometimes you got to create that space for people, and I think that's where you have those are proper relationships. Like, we talk about having a relationship in business similar to a marriage. So it's like, I still need, if that's what you need, I need to be there for you. I'm gonna do that because you're my cousin. But people need that. They need space to emote.
Right.
Like, we don't have to wake up and we go outside of our door, be Superwoman. Right. And nothing matters. It's like, girl, if you want to talk about it, talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, because where else do you have the space to talk about it?
And that's what I love about me and Hailey relationship. I promise you, I love that because it's like she's genuinely my safe space. Like, I know I can go and just like really be so for real with Hailey.
You could come and take your wig off.
Yes, take my wig off, put it on her end table, and be like,
and that's what you need. But sometimes you have. Well, when you're the strongest person, you know that can be hard.
Yes.
And that's been my battle in the first 50 years of my life. So I'm claiming a different battle in the second phase.
No battle.
No battle, but the second, you know. Because sometimes when you are the strongest person that you know, you don't really have a person that you can feel vulnerable with and that you can trust to be your authentic self with in that space. Because when you are releasing, you know, the hurt or whatever you're going through, you want to make sure that that person, not judgmental, not trying to, at that moment, sometimes people don't always need you to fix it. You just need to release, right?
I just need you to listen.
Just listen and let go and different things like that. I am a problem solver. I'm a person that don't come to me with a problem if you don't want a solution, you know, but I'm learning that everybody don't need their problem solved. So Consuelo, just sit back and listen, you know. But for me, having people that I can vent to or whatever, the hardest part for me is if you're falling apart about something that I feel as though, wow, which every emotion that you have is important to you because they're your emotions, right? And I'm learning that and I understand that. But if you can't get through something that I feel like is nothing, which I'm not judging it, but if you're falling apart about certain things that I feel like, wow, I had that, I can be like, whoo, that's it. You get what I'm saying?
If that was all I had to worry about.
And it's hard for me. I don't share a lot that I go through with people because they can't uphold their own. So my barrier of putting that on, and I heard you say this a lot. When I be saying, oh, it's like, golly, Necia feel that way.
But people really think it's like, I don't want to talk about it, or I want to be strong, or I just want to be private. I literally had to be that way because I see what you falling apart from. And it's like, I know if you were dealt the cards I was dealt with, like the amount of disappointment and the amount of judgment, the amount of hurt that I have experienced this last year, and the amount of grace I had to extend to people who I know could not even live 5 minutes in my life.
5 seconds in mine.
You trying to tell me how to grieve my mama, meanwhile yours in the house with you. You trying to tell me to get up and go to church on Mother's Day, and your mother is here. I just laid mine to rest, closed her casket,
and some people
a month and a half ago?
Don't even treat theirs good, and you wishing you had yours here to even have a treatment for.
Yeah, or do you just be like, sometimes like, especially like business, like people be like crying about, like maybe they light bill or something. I'd be like, girl, I just had to pay like 10 grand on property tax. Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, girl, I just had to replace a $30,000 roof. Like that.
And if you share that, I mean, cut you off, but if you share that with certain people, sometimes people look at that, or you boasting, you're bragging, or different things. They, again, your reality is not their reality, vice versa. And that's the thing. We have to have some form of humility for one another and understanding, to not be so closed-minded, because whatever your greatness is might not be mine. But that don't mean I don't have greatness in where I'm at in my situation. But have understanding, like, okay, dang, Necia really is going through, instead of it's like, oh, I don't know what she going through or what she got going on. I don't even see it that much, or I don't know what, like, if you ain't did nothing wrong to me, why the first thing you thinking
is to jump something negative,
you know? But that's because typically that's where people are at. And I'm learning to say, okay, where you're at in your mind is not where I'm never going to be in mine.
That's
what? Me and Hailey had a conversation a week ago. We said a lot of people project.
Yes.
It really don't be you said that you're better than them, or they think that you better than them, or it's not that so much of you saying you never told the person that you don't care, but they just feel that you don't care about them.
That's it.
So it's like they project on you their insecurities and stuff and their shortcomings, and it's like I never said or did any of these things to you, but again, a person's perception is their reality of you, and you have to accept that. You have to literally eat that. Like, I don't have no control over a person's perception of me. I have to be so confident and okay with me that no matter what your perception is, I know my view. I know my reality, though.
Period.
You get what I'm saying?
And that's another reason why in that conversation I said, if you want to talk about it, we can. Yeah. Because I know that you also looked at me and tried to be graceful of me, like how much I'm experiencing, et cetera. And I'm like,
I had to literally call you back one time. I was like, I think it was the 13th. It was the day after my mom's yearly anniversary. I was like, Hailey, I don't know if I asked you yesterday, but how are you? Because I remember it was it was made a year of his incident.
Right.
And I was like, how are you? And she was like, I'm actually doing good, cousin. I'm just trucking along, da-da-da. But I was like, let me take a moment out and also ask about her. Like, I've been in communication with my homegirl who lost her daughter. Like, because I do try to, I'm not one of them people who think I'm the only one going through something.
Right.
Or mine's the worst case. It's somebody who lost their whole family in a car accident this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And shout out to all the homegirls my homegirls who've been checking on me, but shout out to all the real homegirls who see you.
Yes.
Because you have friends and they only want to see you when it's convenient for them, or y'all kids can hang out, or y'all can go drink. But your friends who see you, who in the midst of everything that they got going on, be like, you good?
Yeah.
Or have that relationship with you. You have people that have the relationship with you. They only want to be around you when you're up, not when you're down. Or they only want to be around you when you're down. It doesn't have that equal opportunity to be both. It's something I learned from my T.D. Jakes. He had a series on what type of friend you are, and it's you have three type of friends. You know what I'm saying? It's three type of people that's in this world that are friends, and a lot of times a lot of people are not, I call them confidants. Yeah. You have confidants, constituents, and comrades. That don't mean that they're bad people.
Right.
Either position that you are in, but it's what place you are in that person's life. And we have to be okay with knowing who somebody is in our life and whom they are in our life. But most important for me, who am I? It's more important to me to be the person I'm supposed to be to you than you are to me. Because I can't change who you are to me, but I always can change who I am to you. So if it's good or bad or whatever, I am going to make sure if you're not good to me,
clock all that.
I need to pay attention how I am, because I only can accept how you treat me. And if you are okay with treating me a certain kind of way, it ain't your fault, it's mine.
Right.
So if it's bad, that's on me. If it's good, that's on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have, as people, we have to learn, like, what type of friend are you to a person? But first, what type of friend you are to yourself?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, we talked about that on the friend episode. Some people are not the best. They're not good friends to other people because they're not a good friend. They're not a safe space and a confidant to themselves.
They lie to themselves.
They self-sabotage. So it's like, if they'll do that to self, you cannot expect them to give you anything different. Yep. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes sometimes it's like one of those moments where you have to really realize, like, dang, I love this person, but they're not even good to themselves. So I cannot expect for them to be good to me. And you just have to love them for who they are right now.
Right.
And pray that they get it one day.
And I'm not going to let you be an assumption of my friendship.
Yeah.
You're not going to assume what type of person I am in your life.
Yeah.
If there's a problem, I'm going to address it. If And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, how do you see me? How do you feel? How do I show up for you? You know what I'm saying? What type of friend I am. And if you tell me, oh, you good, this and that, I'm going to give you a few tries because I know what's bothering me about our relationship. And if you can tell me where I come short at, then I don't even need to address you with what's bothering me because now I know. But if you tell me, you keep telling me, no, it's not a problem, we good, then let's lay it out on the table. No, this is how I feel. This is how I feel like you treat me. I don't want you to assume nothing because when we exit this place, it's not an assumption of what you thought on my end. You're going to know. This is the problem. And if we can't fix it, we good. It ain't no beef. It ain't no problem. And I still love you. But I'm loving you from all the way over there.
Hello. Swella said put that shit on the float then.
Right.
All the way. All the way.
I'm the type of person, we got a problem, let's address it.
Let's address it because
Let's
assumption
address it.
kills the mindset of what you feel about a person. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me you love me today and then because you thought something, now you don't. No, you never did, could have loved me. Because love don't change like that. It's not a switch. It don't come on and come off.
That's right.
Yeah, I respect people who can go and have a grown conversation and a mature conversation and you go into it not knowing if it's going to work to your benefit or not, but you're going into it just to say, hey, this is how I feel and I really want to know how you feel about it. I respect people like that. But yeah. Hailey, no, I'm very
on the floor.
I'm very I'm like a stickler on that. Like, don't go telling people your problems about me when you know you can come to me.
Absolutely.
You ain't tell
That's the
me
worst thing to do
because my
to me.
number been the same for about 15 years and
Thank you.
nobody's blocked.
And
Nobody's
I had
blocked.
the same number since 1996.
Nobody's blocked. You could slide in a DM. I mean, nobody.
And I'm never blocking nobody.
But one thing with that, I'm the same way, and I feel like people with all of us are hesitant to that because we have strong personalities.
Yes, that's
but when
true.
it comes to those conversations, I know some of all three of us, we are very mindful of that behavior so that it's not like we're bullying the person.
Yeah, I'm going to let
absolutely
you
not.
speak. I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to let you get it off at this point.
And I'm
not.
going to hold myself accountable
Yeah,
for the things that you're saying,
Yeah,
how you feel and all that. It's not going to be a bully session. Say what you got to say. You said you had something to say about me.
No, we
it's
ain't
not.
doing
It's
that.
not that. But I think because we're such strong women,
And have
that
strong
it's
personalities,
someone's
yeah.
assumption that that's how we would handle that situation. But that's why I think it's good that we show our duality to say, like, you have the capability to be complete opposite of that when it comes to your home and your husband. Same with
Absolutely.
you. So when people see that, it's like, okay, wait, maybe I can breach this conversation with you
it.
and I don't feel like it's going to be an attack on me, and I can be, even though I'm afraid, because a lot of people just are afraid of confrontation, or they didn't have that best relationship growing up.
Right. And even in relationships, and none of them, especially me and my husband relationship, my family, I don't care what relationship it is. I'm not taking it to social media for
I'm not
no way.
Listen.
The reason why I say that, because even though you're going through something, if you have an open platform to be able to help people in situations like that, to each his own. That's not something I'm built for. I'm not going to take anything that I feel that's in a negative aspect about anybody to social media, because when somebody reads something, you can't tell somebody what to say and how to feel about what you put out there. It's out there for everybody. So you can't say, get out my business, this and that. No, you put it out there. So you put it out there for the people.
On an open network.
You know what I'm saying? So if I got a problem with my husband, y'all ain't gonna know. If I need to be a witness to somebody in a situation, I don't mind doing that, because everybody needs some kind of guidance. But I'm just not a person like, that's just not my kids. No, I'm going to have that conversation with that person, but it's not an open session for everybody in my life. Yeah. To each his own, but that goes for friends, family, and foes. I don't care what it, clients in my business. No, I'm not going on there telling y'all how I feel, because I'm telling you how I feel.
Yeah,
that's who need to know about how I feel. Not how you take it and where you place it is on you. But for Consuelo, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Yeah. I'm not built for that.
Listen, I'm Hailey. No, I'm the same way. Yeah. I had to literally have, you know how like we had the devil and the angel on the shoulders, and like recently something happened. Somebody was on social media, and I was just like, the devil's like, you know, you can go and just
clear all this,
clear it all.
I get that all the
Then
time.
God was like, no, set the standard. Don't go play in that sandbox. Why would you set the standard?
'Cause what your brother told
When two fools are arguing, you don't know who the fool is. And that's a fact. And it was kind of like, no, when this person wants attention right now, the last thing you do is go to their sandbox and play in something that's against my morals, because I don't believe in going to social media to do any of that. If you want attention, you got to come to my standard. Get on the phone with me. Ask me to pull up. You got to come up. Because I'm not going back. I'm not going down. It's not like I'm better than you thing. I just don't play over there. That's not my arena.
I'm in a better situation to do that.
Yeah. Like, I think of it like social media is your arena. I live in a stadium. You got to come to the stadium. You want to play football. I don't go play football. I don't go play football in the arena. So if you want to play football, come to the stadium. I'm not going to the arena, boo. You got to come. Holla. You not blocked.
And like Larry June said it on the song. He said, I'm not better than you. It is what it is. So you think whatever you want. You may say, I think that I'm better than you. It is what it is. So if you think I'm better than you, you've already set it in stone. You put it out there that's what it is.
That's it.
I never said that, but because you think it,
that's
automatically in your reality, like that's you said, it's their reality.
That's it.
Automatically in your reality, I'm better than you. So it is what it is.
And I
ain't never mad at that.
And ain't nothing I can do about that. And that's the thing that people fail to realize. Like, some people place you in places and standards that you don't even see yourself. Exactly. Like, I know how people view me and see me. Even the worst people who don't like me. No matter what it is, you ain't coming to me. So, but you're going to somebody else. So you put me in that place that you feel like you can't approach me, you can't come to me. I didn't place myself there, because if I have a problem with you, I have something I want to address you with, I'm coming to you. Right. And it's not that I'm no bully or I think I'm better, or it's that if there's a conversation need to be had, we're going to have a conversation on my end. But if I don't feel like there's a conversation need to be had, I don't have a story to tell. I don't have nothing to clear up.
It ain't no side, ain't no story. I don't. And the sad part be, you honestly, when you really on a growth journey, you really don't be thinking about it. You be so laser focused on what you got going on. You really don't know what other people. You don't really even be picking. You know how some people be like, I peep that. I don't really be peeping nothing, because I don't catch it, because I'm not over there to peep.
Yeah, anything. I ain't under that tree to catch the shade.
Yeah, you really gotta at me. You really gotta like be so direct for me to catch any of that. But my whole thing, it'd be like, can you have a conversation without bringing me up? Like, I'm not that great of a person.
But
like,
in their reality, you are.
I am not that cool, Consuelo. I promise you. But
listen,
can y'all talk about anything but Necia?
I thought the same thing, Necia. My husband used to tell me all the time.
Y'all making me that girl,
you
not
see
me.
yourself, you're in it. You're in your life. You're in your habitat. Wherever you're at in your life, doing what you're doing, you see yourself there. So you don't see what other people see or feel what other people may feel. But how everybody else see you, and you're accomplishing things and you're making things happen. You're making moves, and people see the things that they want for themselves in you that they're not able to obtain. And it's not because they can't. They don't know how to, or they're not willing to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? And my husband had to see. I remember going out one time, and I'm on the phone with him, and I was in a place that I'm like, when you travel, you go places, you really see the world different from when you in your hometown.
You do.
And I was like, babe, I said, I ain't feeling this. I said, I'm not comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just outside talking to him, ready for this event to be over. And this girl come up to me, and somebody said my name, and I was like, hey, and she walked up, she was like, you Consuelo? And I was like, yes, but the way she said it, like she just seen her a superstar. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh my God, Consuelo who do hair? And she all excited. And I'm saying to myself, babe, I don't know what's going on, but I'm a little nervous, because the way she was acting, she was just like, and she asked me to give her a hug, and she want to get a hug, and all this stuff she was saying, and she was so happy to meet me and this and that, and I get it a lot. But I don't see that. You get what I'm saying?
Because to you, it's like, I'm just me.
I'm just me.
To them, it's like, oh, that's Consuelo.
Yes,
like,
and that's what my husband said. And he used to always tell me, babe, you can't go the places you used to go. You can't be around people that you used to, especially when people are not elevating and they're not, growing into the places and how you are. And I didn't see it that way until the pandemic. When the pandemic happened, it really opened my eyes up to who people really are. And I'm not mad, but I just started to say, okay, the places and things that I'm trying to do in my life, other people are not thinking about that stuff. And that don't make them bad people or wrong. But you are where you are who you are, and I am who I am. And as well as I accept the people for who they is, a lot of people just haven't grown to accept me for who I am.
Yeah.
I think that's a great lead into typically how we close our episodes. We ask all of our guests, what are your aspirations of your legacy? When it's all said and done, what are people going to know about Miss Consuelo Mackey Perry? What are when your grandkids get on the couch like this one day with all their accolades and they say, my grandma was, what are they going to say?
One of the things they're going to say is my grandma was the greatest to ever do it.
Period.
That's one
Thank
thing
you.
in everything. And that's not boasting or bragging, but if I can't and I don't know how, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find a way. And I know God's going to help me, get it. But I am the first in my family to accomplish a lot of things. And my grandkids will have the staple to be able to see that. They're not going to just have a conversation to talk about the things that I have accomplished and did. They're going to have a legacy to see as far as having investments, stocks, it don't matter if it's real estate, whatever it is, also to be able to hear great things about me from others. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to just be able to have that conversation. They're going to have people be able to say who I was, and I practice what I preach. So before y'all speak, this is something that we didn't get into. I believe in what you guys have going on. I believe in what you're doing. And the one thing y'all talk about in business, about marketing and sponsorship and doing things, this is not free. You know what I'm saying? Once y'all meet the millions that I know is going to hit.
Amen.
Claiming it.
You guys are going to have people, pay y'all to be on y'all set. You know what I'm saying? The way right now, y'all have to pay certain people on certain levels to be able to get that strategy out, to be able to market is a part of business. And what you invest in, the seeds you plant is important. So I'm planting the seed from TET Salon to you all.
Consuelo.
That's why I said,
For the Good Genes podcast, because this episode is going to be sponsored by TET Salon.
Period.
And
But you did not have to bring nothing. It was sponsored anyway.
I ain't have to bring it, but I did because you guys don't have to do what you're doing. I believe in the consistency. I believe in how diligent you guys are, how transparent you are. You guys are really staying consistent, and that's not easy. It's not easy. This is not a free sofa to sit on,
That's right.
And some people will not understand that. I wanted to be the first to do the merch, and I said, you know what? I ain't doing it. I got something different to do. There's something different I'm going to do. I didn't know if somebody else was going to do it, but I wanted to be that seed to be planted so you guys can know that keep pushing. Keep going. No matter what challenges you guys face, no matter what obstacles you're going to come up against, you got to keep going. So I love y'all, and I thank you guys.
Thank you.
This is a part of what people say about me because this is who I am.
Yes.
It ain't a showboat. Anybody else do it? Please plant the seeds and watch them grow.
And see, you're going to be blessed by that, Consuelo. And I'm working on, like when people compliment me or give me something, learning to know that
Accept
I'm
it.
worthy and accept it. So
That's
I'm going to
it.
say thank you from the bottom of me and Hailey's heart.
Yes, thank you
You know
so
we
much.
appreciate it, even though you didn't have to do it, but we received that.
Yes,
'Cause you
your
gotta
knowledge
know-
was
Yes.
enough.
Yes, you guys have to know.
Thank you for
what it
seeing
takes.
us
Yes.
and seeing like the
Absolutely.
sacrifices because
it's not easy.
It's not
You know what I'm
easy.
saying? And it's gonna come a time where people gonna be like trying to bust down the doors. So hey,
Yes.
I made it to the sofa before it got there.
That's right.
Thank you. And we ain't going to forget you either.
All right.
Oh,
know it.
We ain't
let
gonna
me tell you
forget you.
something. The day that I'm laid to rest, my hair gonna be done by Consuelo Mackey Perry. It's gonna be
Yes.
part of my how transitioning planning. So when I buy my casket, please know my wig gonna be sitting there waiting
Yeah.
just as well.
Yeah.
But thank you for this episode.
Yes.
Officially sponsored by TET Salon.
Yes, y'all go shop the merch. We got the mugs.
Yes.
We got the journals, the
Puzzles,
puzzles,
the
the
shirts.
t-shirts.
Yes.
And thank you, Consuelo. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
your time. And she drove all the way from St. Pete
Yes,
to come
me
sit
and
with
my
us.
husband.
Now we about to get outside.
Go
We
outside.
turning up. And that's going to be on Good Jeans.
That's gonna be on Good Jeans,
That's
yes.
on Good Jeans podcast. And take care, y'all.
Until next
Till
time.
next time. Bye.
Oh, Consuelo.
I knew it.